Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you know, we have already created this particular bucket by clicking on this create button and then uh, basically giving the name of the bucket, and through UI we have already created the bucket. But there are many a times what the requirement based on kind of application that you are developing, that you might have to create the buckets or operate onto the buckets using some kind of programming languages. Now here we are considering Python, but the same APIs, same features are available in other languages also. So in this particular tutorial, let's try to create a bucket using the Python code. Okay, so let me open this. So what I have done is I have already created this Python file, and based on our last video where we have listed all the contents of a particular bucket, creating a storage client, creating the object of a client library, all these steps are going to remain same. Whenever you wanted to deal with anything, let it be creating a bucket, reading a file, writing a file, deleting a file, anything, you have to have a object of storage class. Okay, so basically storage as in client class. Okay, so this particular step to create the object of this client class is always gonna remain the same. Now what will differ is, let's say we say bucket name is equal to my dev bucket. Let's say we wanted to, through this Python code, we wanted to create a bucket and we wanted to give this name to that bucket. So bucket name is equal to my dev bucket, and now what I'll do is storage client dot create bucket. So you have this create bucket API available, or method function available as a object of this client class, right? You can just do that and just pass the bucket name that you wanted to create, right? So this is how you can basically create the bucket, right, using the Python code. You can just take it as the bucket. You can take like whatever output this create bucket will give, you can just store that into the bucket variable so that it is available to print, right? So we just do the print statement, like this bucket object, it will print if the bucket is created or not. So let's do a quick run around of this. I'll just start it in a debug mode so that we'll be able to see what all options that we get in this particular bucket variable. Okay, okay, we are getting some exception. Let's try to see what is that exception is. Okay, it says the requested bucket name is not available. The bucket namespace is shared by all users of the system. Please select a different name and try again, right? So basically what does this means is, this particular bucket or the shared bucket space, right, is all been shared by all the users. Now when it comes to all the users, the way we have created our GCP account, right, it is a free tier GCP account, and whoever in the world is using this free tier GCP account, the buckets, the storage object is all shared across them. So, and as a but obvious thing, you cannot create within the same space, you cannot create the a bucket with the same name for which bucket is already exist, right? So maybe just add something here, my project. I'll just add project word here, and let's try to run it into the debug mode again. Okay, moving forward. Okay, now this name is available and it has successfully created the bucket. Let's see what all things it returns us. Now as an object, since create bucket is internally a API call, a post API call has returned us kind of a output. And if you just see the response, right, so it has given us that the bucket is already created, right? And it gives us like storage class, then in which storage class bucket is been created, then what was the name of that particular bucket, right? My project dev bucket and all. So basically if you see the name object, this is where it displays you the name. Then there are some more parameters that are related to this particular response that we have given. But currently let's try to figure out, like if we just access the name variable from this particular bucket object, right, the one which we were seeing here earlier. So this name, right, then it should display the my project dev bucket as output to us. Okay, so let me try to print that, and here is what it displays: my bucket my project dev bucket created. Now let's go to the UI and let's try to refresh this page, and we should have this particular bucket created in Google Cloud Storage, right? My project dev bucket, we can see it now. And obviously since it's a newly created bucket, there are no files, or the bucket is an empty bucket. Okay, so thanks guys, thanks for watching this video. Do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you.